Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Pisces. So Pisces, as usual, I'm doing a reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you'll see are from this deck. So Pisces, your interesting reading begins with you not knowing what to do with so much that you have been given. And I feel like you're having like this freak out moment when you feel like everything that you know for certain in your life is kind of, being affected by this newness of the abundance that you're receiving. And I feel like you're trying to steer life and most of all your destiny just because you're afraid of losing your ground or like your established position, especially in terms of like your practical life. um like you're afraid that you're going to lose everything that you have built yourself, that gives you some comfort, some security, some sense of stability, because of the abundance that you are being given. And most of all, because this reading is starting with the Empress, and the Empress was also in the Aquarius reading that I did a couple of days ago. And this was talking about receptivity. And I feel like the reason why you're receiving so much goodness, so much abundance, so much beauty, right? And it's not just something that is in your head. That's also something that is here. You are very much in your head about this, but this is real. This is something that is physical, that is manifest, that is real, that is tangible. And you're receiving it, Pisces, because you are receptive, because you are open, because your spirit is open. The way that I'm seeing this, it's like, open wings. And the wings of your being, the wings of your soul, the wings of your spirit, however you want to see it, are completely open to receive everything that you ever wanted. And it's coming tenfold. It's coming so powerfully to your hands, to your life, to you in general, that I feel like you're really having a freak out moment. The Ten of Swords coming next. The way that I was seeing this, and it's interesting because the first row here of three cards are showing me like this image of a video game. Because I was talking yesterday with a friend about playing video games and how I don't ever play video games, but I did as a kid when I went to my friend's house, every now and then. So, and I really enjoyed the Mario Kart video game and like those races, right? And this is how I'm seeing this. This feels like a race in your mind, Pisces, about this prize that you know that you're going to get, right? It's almost like this is the prize that you are already receiving because you have won a type of race, a mental race. But it feels like receiving this prize, being receptive to whatever abundance you're being gifted because you have won this race, perhaps against your own fears. It's actually showing me that you are afraid that you're going to hit something, or that you're going to that things are moving too fast, that it's in this race with the Ten of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Tower coming next. The way that I'm seeing this, it's like this is kind of like a zoom in version of your card here in the front, where you feel like there is like this it's almost like the second person behind you, right? It's like they are so close by that it's like that you have to speed up or it's like intensify the way that you're controlling your card. And this, the way that this is talking about is like having your hands like with this very tight grip on the wheel, right? And the wheel of destiny, the wheel of fate, the wheel of where you're guiding your life in kind of like a very treacherous path, right? It's like the Ten of Swords. It's a real deal, right? In your mind, this is a big deal. This is something that is a real challenge. And I feel like because the Tower card here is coming through as an obstacle, so I feel like, and it's almost like what I'm hearing, it's like hit the home, how do you say that? Hit the home base, hit the home run, or like something, you know, the baseball term where you hit the home. I don't know what the saying is. What I'm hearing, it's like hit the home base. I hope it makes sense, but it's like there is something that feels like home to you, but in this chasing or in this race, which feels like very mental, right? It's almost like you're envisioning this race going on in your mind as your life has become like this video game. And maybe you're escaping from something, or maybe it's like you're just in this rat race type of situation where you have to flee something. It's like you have to speed up so you're not caught by whatever the challenge of this path is. And I feel like the moment that you realize that you are, you know, holding on tighter to this wheel, and that you are thinking that you need to be more in control, because being receptive has placed you in this overwhelming situation, right? The Ten of Swords is coming through as incredibly overwhelming to the point that you are freaking out a little bit. And because the way that all of this began was because you were receptive, the response that you're having the moment that you do have this freak out moment is that you need to control it. You need to control destiny. You need to control fate. You need to control your actions. You need to control how you're guiding your life, because if being receptive opened up this path where you feel like you have to navigate with a lot more, it's almost like with a lot more surrender, right? It's like intensifying the receptivity is actually challenging to you, because you don't know what to do with so much goodness. You just don't know what to do with all of this beauty, with all of this abundance. It's more or less like, you know, the first time that you earn a lot of money and you are just, it's like you're struck by that. You don't really know what to do with all of that money, right? For instance. Or, you know, in this case, to be honest, Pisces, I feel like it's somebody. And the abundance, the beauty, the life-changing event that you are being gifted with, right? Because this is the gift, right? The prize for you running this race, for you having the courage, even though yes, is overwhelming, yes, it can be scary, yes, you might think that you need to speed up things, or that maybe you need to flee, you need to escape the situation because you don't know what to do with it, right? It's like all you want to do is go back home and just stay in your comfort zone, right? Stay where you know the boundaries. And, you know, that's something also very, very important in here. I feel like there's something about like whatever you're receiving is so beyond everything that you ever imagined that it's really messing with your head to the point that you feel like you need to fortify your fortress, your castle, your tower, your home, your structure, your foundation, right? Especially because we have the Four of Pentacles that is right underneath the tower. So it's like structuring and putting down, it's almost like putting down the fence is what I heard, but it's like it's creating like this limit around you, But the thing about the imagery that I was seeing with the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower is that in your mind, if you remain as receptive as I'm seeing this in the Empress card, I feel like you're going to go in such a high speed, maybe in such a high frequency, that you think that if you don't control this destiny, you don't hold on tightly to this Wheel of Fortune, you are going to crash onto this, right? This is going to become the obstacle that if you don't slow down or that you don't go around it, right? It's like you have to, in your mind, I feel like you are understanding this as this need to make a quick move to steer destiny in a way that doesn't compromise or affect or destroy, in a sense, this home base, this whatever home base means to you, right? Whatever gives you security, whatever gives you the sense of protection. And the reason why I'm saying this abundance, this beauty might be connected to somebody is because after the Tower, we have the Queen of Cups. So I feel like, and this is not you, Pisces, that's the interesting thing. It's like you're coming through a lot with the mind. It's like the mental video game that you're playing in your head is what is showing up as your vision, right? Because as I said, it's like this Wheel of Fortune with the Tower card is the zooming in to one thought perhaps, or like this perception in your mind that if you don't control your destiny, you're going to compromise everything that you have built for yourself that, you know, has given you some type of security or stability. So there's this one here in the picture, which is connected to the prize. And I feel like they are, it's like you know that the prize is coming just after you see that you know, if you continue receptive to whatever this one is bringing to your life, right? The sensation that I'm having, it's like this Queen of Cups is right behind the Tower, right? So it's like you feel like the Tower, they are the Tower, right? You feel like they are the reason why you could be like in this position of possibly destroying everything that has ever given you the sense of stability and protection, right? But it's like their energy is so soft, but it's also so big, because the way that I'm seeing it, it's like these wings that are yours, you're seeing it in them, because it's like this. It's like you see the Tower. This is what you're seeing. The moment that you control the fate, that you control this Wheel of Fortune, needing to steer it with a lot of mental, like this mental grip, right? Maybe fixating your thought about not hitting your home, right? Not hitting your established foundation, your established life, right? But because you were seeing the prize even before all of this began, the way that I'm seeing this is like their wings, because at the same time that they are here at the back of this Tower, they are, it's almost like they're this angel figure, but they're very real, right? They're coming as the Queen of Cups. As I said, they are very real, but their spirit, their energy, their aura, their beauty is just so big that you can see, it's almost like, you see, it's like the obstacle that you're seeing is even, it's like no matter how big you're seeing this, their wings are bigger, right? It's like you can see just beyond this tower the size of their wings. It's like their presence is there. So I feel like there is a lot of hesitation in your part because you are overwhelmed and because you want to control whatever happens next, especially because you don't want to hit this obstacle, because you feel like it's almost like if you keep this safe, if you keep this intact, this is going to protect you in a sense from the bigness of their being, from the impact that they are causing. It's like you're seeing them as your tower moment, right? As in the traditional meaning of the tower. So it's almost like you're seeing that, you know, if you receive this one, if you are receptive to this one, maybe they are, it's like that means that whatever you've known so far, it's going to come down, right? It's going to crumble into pieces because they are a big presence, right? It's like because they, maybe because they are very spiritual, or maybe just because they're very beautiful and you never expected to, you know, have such a gorgeous person in your life. But that's the thing. It's like you still want to steer things. You are saying no to this, actually. The Five of Swords coming next, which is very interesting because it's right below the Wheel of Fortune. So you see here how there is this cross here and there is another one here. Both of these are talking about choices. Both of these are talking about you choosing whether you're going to be receptive or you're going to shut yourself from this person, from the beauty that this one is bringing to your life. And I feel like this is something that the thing about what's going on in your mind, Pisces, is that you want to control something that is beyond your control. And that is very hard. That is like an obstacle. That is creating a huge barrier. And I feel like for you, that might not be something that is too bad, really. Because what you want, remember, is to fortify this boundary, especially because we're ending here with the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles here is like, you know, drawing this line around you and saying, these are my limits. This is where it's almost like this is how far I can go. And beyond that is too overwhelming. It's too fast. It's too much, right? It's like it's beyond what you ever thought was possible for you to receive. And yet here you are receiving this gorgeous person in your life. Or, you know, even if this is not a person, Pisces, it's like this is the representation of love incarnate. It's like whatever this symbolizes for you, right? The opportunity for you to experience love, for you to experience beauty and abundance, and just a lot of like the purity of love, right? The purity of the heart, that somebody is just in front of you and you're placing like this huge obstacle in front of them, saying, but if I choose this, I am going to lose everything that I have worked so hard to build, right? It's like it's almost like you're looking at your foundation. The Four of Pentacles, it's like the foundation of this tower, right? And you're thinking, but if I choose to embrace this gift, if I choose to receive this prize, then everything that I know to be safe and stable and firm is going to be shaken. So you're saying no, which is so... I'm just trying to figure this one out, because although the Wheel of Fortune represents destiny, you know, of something that is beyond your control, you are trying to control it no matter how. It's like you're holding on tight, right? This is how I'm seeing, like, you know, the knuckles of your hand are like white, just, you know, it's like you're very firmly trying to guide this. And there's a lot of like preoccupation in your mind, and you're saying, it's like maybe you're saying, I don't want anybody to follow me, right? Or I don't want any competition, perhaps, right? If, you know, going back to the imagery of the race, it's like you don't want anybody to be so close to you, right? Because the tens to me represent the shared path, right? And that's the thing. It's like the tenfold abundance that you're receiving. It's like the way that you're perceiving it. It's like, this is a nightmare. I don't want it like that. I didn't know that it would be like this, right? Like a rat race that you need to, it's like it's overwhelming you. And so you're choosing to cut it in half and saying, no, but I have control over this. And because of that, I'm saying, no, I end this. I go back to my foundation. I go back to my comfort zone. It's like you're steering this Wheel of Fortune so it doesn't crash onto your tower. So it's like you're crawling back in, right? It's like you're removing yourself from this race. You're making this pit stop so that you can go back into your comfort zone. And that's where it stops, really. It's like that moment of you taking that break and going back to your comfort zone. This is where your reading stops. And I feel like it's a pretty abrupt stop. So because it's not anything, it's like there's nothing there, right? It's almost like maybe you're still too shaken because of this. But I really I'm not seeing, right? This is like the final card here in your first part, Pisces. And I feel like you choose it, right? You're saying, no, I quit, in a sense. It's like I quit this race. I don't want to play this video game anymore. And that's the end, really. But is it really the end? That's what I'm just, you know, I'm very curious. Is it really the end? Okay, so Pisces, because I'm not seeing anything anymore here, I am going to pull more cards for you to see where this wants to go. And I am going to pull from the astrological runes as well. So if you want to join me in the extended reading, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.